Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Potomac and Chesapeake Association for College Admission Counseling's virtual college fair. We are excited that you're here. We have a great group of colleges and presenters lined up for you this afternoon and are excited to share information that will hopefully help with your college search process. So just a few housekeeping announcements from me before we get started. First, your cameras and microphones are turned off, so don't worry, we can't see you or hear you. Hopefully you can see and hear us okay though. If for some reason you can't or that changes, send us a message using the Q&A button on your Zoom toolbar and we'll be happy to help troubleshoot that with you. Speaking of the Q&A button, that is your best way to engage with our presenters this evening. So as you have questions throughout the session, feel free to drop those in that Q&A box throughout the session, starting now, before they present, while they're presenting, or after. We will be monitoring those questions throughout the whole session and are happy to respond to those as they come in. Don't forget, there are more sessions being offered right after this, so be sure to check that StriveScan website where you signed up for any additional sessions you might be interested in, as well as all the session recordings will be available on that same StriveScan website within about a week or so as well. So before I hand it over to our first presenter, I want to show you our schedule for this afternoon. So we are at the top in the middle, session A2. So we are going to start with Eckerd College, then go to the University of South Florida, then Springfield College, Kent State University, Bowling Green University, and then we will wrap things up with the University of California, Berkeley, and some Q&A at the end. So with that, I will turn it over to Eckerd College to kick things off.
Hello, my name is Philippa Roberts. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Eckerd College. We are a small private liberal arts college located in St. Petersburg, Florida. That's on the Gulf Coast, just south of Tampa. We have just shy of 2,000 students on our campus of just over 180 acres. As you can see, we're surrounded by water on 3 sides. For this presentation, I'm going to go over some of the unique features of our campus. One is the geographic reach of our students. So we're actually 80% out of state, with the average distance that our students travel is over 1,000 miles. National average is a lot closer to 200. So our students are typically looking to be going further away from home. And typically they're the only kid coming in from their high school. So most of our students are in the same position of being far away from home and not knowing anyone else on campus. And also another unique feature is our academic calendar. So we have a 4-1-4 calendar, which is where you take 4 classes in the fall, 4 in the spring, and then we have a short-term requirement that our sophomore through seniors complete with our winter term, which is where they take 1 course every 3 weeks in January. This you'll see at some other schools. What is unique though is that our first years are actually completing their short term with our autumn term. So they will arrive to campus 3 weeks before the fall semester starts. And it's sort of like a 3-week long intense orientation, but they're also taking a class during that time. They're in class Monday through Friday, 9 to 12. And then in the afternoon, they're doing orientation type activities. And this was really created because of the fact that our students are coming from so far away and don't really know anyone else. So it gives them a little bit longer to get adjusted to the new campus, to get adjusted to Florida, and to really learn the ins and outs of a college classroom when it's only just 1 course where their faculty are really just focused on them. We have over 40 different majors available at Eckerd. One of our most popular is our marine science. We're actually one of the top programs in the country. But then our other popular programs are our animal studies, environmental studies, our creative writing, and our international relations. As you can see, true to a liberal arts and sciences college, we do have a variety of different programs and students are very much so involved in all of the different areas. So the unique features of our student life, 2 of which you can see in this photo. One is we do have our own private beach on campus. Wi-Fi does spread to the beach so students can get their homework done on the beach. But another one, you might notice the dog in the photo. We are the pet friendliest college in America. So students can bring their pets to campus so long as they are 40 pounds and under and not classified as an exotic animal. They're definitely very much integrated into our life. One of my favorite traditions is that they actually get their own graduation. So a couple of days before the humans graduate, they get their own graduation where they get mini diplomas. They're wearing mini caps and gowns. Very adorable. We just had that last week as the humans graduate today. And it's definitely my favorite time of year. But another unique feature is our Waterfront, which has 3 components to it. One being academic, so the students in our marine science and environmental studies courses are able to take out our boats so they can go out into the bay, collect samples, be back in the lab, all within 1 class period due to our location. But then also recreational, so students can take out kayaks, canoes, paddleboards, they can go water skiing, wakeboarding, sailing, all for free as a student. Definitely one of the most popular areas over the weekend. And then there's also a recreational component to it. That we have an organization called Eckerd College Search and Rescue. We are the only collegiate organization in the country that works with the Coast Guard. So our students are fully trained to respond to emergency calls out in the Bay. Due to our location, are quite often even first on scene and are equipped to respond right away. They're not just shadowing, they are fully trained. And just last year, we received the second highest honor that the Coast Guard issues out for the work we do with them. So very proud of that our students get done. Just go over some application stuff. We are on the Common App as well as having the Eckerd application. We have no preference either way, whichever is easiest for you. And all we require for the application are your official high school transcripts, one letter of recommendation from an academic source, so either a teacher or a counselor, and then the personal essay. We have gone test optional for next year and just expanded also for students applying within 2023. So it's completely up to students if they want to submit test scores. It does not impact scholarship. It will just be used for the purpose of reading your application. Our average SAT is a 1200 and our average ACT is a 26. And then 2 timelines to apply: early action, which is if students get all their application materials in by November 15th, then they're guaranteed a decision mailed by December 15th, and they can get the application fee waived. After that, though, we go into rolling admission, which is within 3 to 5 weeks of their application being complete, they'll receive their decision. So some scholarships students can apply to. Everyone who applies is automatically considered for our merit-based aid. That ranges from $12,000 to $25,000, and that is based off of your GPA. Then students can also apply to our first-year research associateship, which is an opportunity to do research as a first-year student. It's in a variety of different academic disciplines. It can be marine science, animal studies, history, theater, sociology, a wide variety. If selected, you get $1,000 and do a full year's worth of research. Then we also have our Artistic Achievement Award for students interested in theater, music, creative writing, visual arts, and film. That's $1,000 renewed each year. And then we also have a Diversity Leadership Scholarship for students who are interested in joining diversity organizations on campus and taking on leadership roles and getting involved with diversity and inclusion initiatives. That ranges from $1,000 to $6,000 renewed each year. We just like to end the presentation with this quote from the Colleges That Change Lives book that we are featured in, saying that Eckerd College might seem like the perfect spot for an easy college career, 4 years marked by sun, surf, and sand, but if you're looking for a vacation, you should enroll elsewhere. I obviously spent time speaking about our beaches and the student life that we have on campus, but the academics are just as crucial, and our faculty are very involved in making sure that students are keeping up with that, and our students really do find that balance in their lives. Thank you for listening, and please reach out if you have any further questions.
Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, next up, we're going to the University of South Florida.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa Chirac and I'm your admissions advisor for the University of South Florida. Today I want to tell you about our university and some of our admissions requirements. First, I want to go over an overview of the university system. So we are located quite close to Eckerd, actually. They are our neighbors within the Tampa Bay area. So center of the state over to the west coast off the Gulf of Mexico, you will find the Tampa Bay region. We are one university comprised of 3 different campuses. So we have our USF Tampa campus, USF St. Petersburg campus, and USF Sarasota Manatee campus. We are big and we are bold. Our total enrollment is over 50,000 students with an undergraduate population of 37,000, a little over 37,000. What I love about our system is that it provides students with a lot of different opportunities in terms of their area of interest to study. But within a campus environment that works for them. Tampa is our largest campus, followed by St. Petersburg, and then our Sarasota Manatee campus. We do have over 200 different majors and concentrations for students to choose from. And although we are quite large, our student faculty ratio is 21:1, and our average class size is about 33 students. Diversity is something that is very important to us. We are located in a very diverse and vibrant area of our state, and our campuses reflect that. A little over about 42% of our students come from diverse backgrounds. Our students come from all 50 states and over 140 different countries. And we do want to provide a supportive and inclusive environment for our students to study, work, and live. Our students get out and about. Our location does provide that. It's one of my favorite things about USF. There is a lot of cultural and historical institutions students can visit in our area. We have great museums, art galleries. We do have theme parks like Busch Gardens that our students enjoy. Students do take advantage of our warm Florida weather, so getting out and exploring our parks, our bays. Some of the country's most beautiful beaches are in our backyard. So our students do really get out and about and explore the Tampa Bay region. It's also a really great area for students to get professional growth opportunities. So opportunities for internships and jobs. The Tampa Bay community is very supportive of USF and do provide those opportunities for our students. Our students are also very busy on campus. We have over 700 different student organizations, so our students are very involved. We are also a Division I athletics program. We play in the American Athletics Conference, and we've got 17 sports underneath that banner. As I mentioned, we have over 200 different academic majors and concentrations. We do have an outstanding honors college as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, we do have an honors college for you, and we do encourage our students to participate in research, and you can begin that as soon as you begin your enrollment at USF. It is something that we encourage and that we do have the opportunities for. We are a Tier 1 research university, so we are going to encourage our students to participate in research and interdisciplinary research at that. Study abroad is also very important to us and quite popular, so we do hope to have those programs back up and running for our students shortly. As soon as we can. And as I mentioned before, we do have access to some great local internships, but also national and global internships as well. We do offer housing to our students on Tampa's campus and St. Petersburg's campus. However, we do not require that our students live on campus. We do leave that up to you, but freshmen are not limited to a certain style. So you can choose where you want to live if that's something that you're interested in. I do want to switch gears to our admissions requirements. So this is what you're looking at in terms of what you need. So we are on the coalition application, the common application, and we have our own institutional app. We do have a $30 application fee, but we do also accept fee waivers. We are not a self-reporting school, so you do need to send over your high school transcripts direct from your high school. And then of course, because of that as well, we do need your test scores, the SAT or ACT, sent directly from those testing agencies. I also have up our middle 50% just so that you can see where our admitted students fell for the fall and summer of 2020. But again, this is just the middle 50%. I do want to throw up our deadlines for you just so that you have an idea of timeline on when you should apply, whether it's for admissions or for scholarships. But I do highly encourage all of our students to complete their applications by our November 1st priority application deadline. We are a rolling admissions university. So as we move through the year, we do get more and more competitive. So that provides you with best chance of admission, but also sets you up well in the event that you are interested in scholarship opportunities. So meeting those deadlines as well. And speaking of scholarships, I do have that up for you now. This is what we offered this year to our students. So I do encourage you at the end of summer to check back with us for those going into their senior year so that you can see if there's been any slight changes to these, but this is what we've offered this year, and we do post that to our website. Cost of attendance for our non-Florida residents, we're looking at a little over $34,000. This is for average cost for full-time tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, and some of those other miscellaneous costs to college. And finally, I just want to throw up my contact information. Again, my name is Melissa. I am your admissions advisor, so please feel free to reach out if you've got any questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Melissa. Okay, next up, we are going to Springfield College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Allie Goddard. Let me just pull up my PowerPoint. Okay, so welcome to Springfield College virtual. We wish that you could be on campus, but over the summer or in the fall, if you can make it up, I would definitely suggest visiting. We are located in Western Massachusetts. So we are in between New York City and Boston. It's a great location. There is a lot around us, which is awesome. So a little bit about Springfield College. We were founded in 1885. Before we were Springfield College, we were the YMCA training school. So we still have super close ties to the Y today. We have a YMCA club, a YMCA minor, really what you make of it. If you are like, wow, that sounds so interesting, I want to be so involved, you can definitely be that way. If you're like, I'm not sure how much I would want to be interested in that, but I'd kind of like to dip my toes in, you can do that as well. But all of our students are very involved. And as I go through this, you'll see Springfield College students in general get a ton of hands-on experience. Another little fun fact is we are the birthplace of basketball. So James Naismith was a graduate student at the time. He was in the football coach's class. The football coach had asked his class to create a way that his athletes could stay in shape during the winter months. And James Naismith created basketball. So little fun thing about Springfield, the Hall of Famers do get to campus every year. So you can see them, they talk to our students, and then they go downtown to the Hall of Fame enshrinement. So Shaq, Yao Ming, Cheryl Swoops, Allen Iverson, some pretty big basketball names come back to the birthplace as well. This is our humanics philosophy. So this is truly how all of our students live, our faculty, staff, everyone really buys into our philosophy. And if you do get to campus, it really just is in that energy. Everyone is really excited to be going to Springfield College. They care about one another, and it does become that home away from home for students. So it is educating students in spirit, mind, and body for leadership and service to others. So we're really into living that balanced and holistic approach, making sure that you're focusing on your spirit, your mind, and your body, and just helping the community and those around you. So as I get a little bit further, you'll see we are big into community service. So about 4,000 students within that number. There is a little over 2,200 undergrads, a little over 1,000 grad students on campus, and the rest are regional and online students. So you do get to campus, you feel that welcoming feeling, you'll know your professors, they'll be in that email communication with you. You are not going to know everyone's name and their life story in 4 years, but you do get to know familiar faces. And we're big on, when you're walking to class, don't stare down and text at your phone, but actually pick your head up, say hi to your peers, just to create that really family-like community on campus. That next number focuses on our community service hours. So like I said before, we are big on community service. So we do about 120,000 plus hours of community service every year. So we did the math, that's about 13 and a half years in a single year. But it goes to show that we do take our philosophy pretty serious. So we have a lot of connections with the community, Springfield College, and we have tons of different initiatives that our students take part in throughout the year. 98% of graduates are employed or enrolled in grad school within 6 months of graduating. So that is a pretty big number. It is really reassuring to know that you will get to graduation day and you will have some type of plan. And that's just because our faculty and club members and admin really put a lot of time into supporting our students and making sure that they can help get you to that next spot in your life. Each student gets set up with an advisor who's going to be a professor in their program. So you can meet with them as many times as you'd like to throughout the semester. We work really closely with our Career Development Center, and our Career Development Center is with you for life. So you graduate Springfield, you get a job, you can always go back to them for help with different positions. If they hear of openings, they can help update your resume with you, build you new business cards. So they are a really, really great resource. This is just an overview of our campus. It is 157 acres. Here's just a picture if you haven't been to campus. And then these are some more pictures of campus at different points. These are all of our majors. I will not go through all 40 plus, but a few we do like to highlight. We have direct entry programs. So physical therapy, occupational therapy, athletic training, and physician assistant. Those are all limited enrollment programs. So if you get in freshman year, you have a direct spot throughout grad school. You do not have to reapply, and you graduate. Say you come in as a physical therapy major, you graduate with your doctor of physical therapy in 6 years. For PA, OT and AT, you graduate with your master's in whatever program you come in for. We do have 3 pre-professional programs as well: pre-dental, pre-law, and pre-med. We do have study abroad programs, and we have a really great honors program as well. So if you apply, we're like, wow, you are a very strong student, I'm going to ask you to apply to the honors program. It's really up to you whether or not you want to take that next step. A little about campus culture. So we really live the triangle. Just goes back to our humanics philosophy. We believe that each side represents spirit, mind, and body. If you don't have one of those things, the triangle's off balance and it falls. So we just want students coming to campus, getting involved in something, whether that's athletics or academics or our 60+ clubs, and just really stepping out of your comfort zone. Application requirements. We just require 1 essay. We are SAT, ACT optional, and then 1 letter of recommendation, and of course your high school transcripts. A little bit about our merit scholarships. Depending on your high school GPA, you would get that taken off your total cost every year. And if you complete the FAFSA as well, you may be eligible for Springfield College grant money and need-based aid. That is it. We hope that you can join us for some virtual opportunities or in-person campus visits. And then those are our social media outlets if you'd like to follow those. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Allie.
You are welcome.
Okay, students, if you have questions for any of our presenters, feel free to submit those in Q&A. Next up, we are going to Kent State University.
Hey everybody, how's it going today? I am excited to be here today to talk with you about Kent State University. First and foremost, to kind of give you a little bit of background, my name is Kirsten Walker. I'm one of the regional directors for the university. I happen to cover the entire Eastern Seaboard and a few other states as well. But just to kind of give you an idea of where we're located, as you can see here, we are in Kent, Ohio, which is about 45 minutes southeast of Cleveland.
Hey, Kirsten, I'm sorry to interrupt. We can't see your screen if you're thinking you're sharing.
Yep, I'm thinking I'm sharing it and it's not working, is it? No, I got excited there. Okay, see if that works. There
Yes,
we go.
perfect.
Now we're in business, y'all. Haven't been doing this enough, right? So I just want to let you know we are in Kent, Ohio, as you can see here. Give you an idea, again, like I said, our location, we're the northeast area, just a little nestled little town in the northeast corridor of Kent, Ohio there. As you can see, our downtown area is a true quintessential college campus town. We actually have been ranked as one of the up and coming most college campus towns in the United States. So we're very excited about that, considering our new renovations of everything that we have downtown. So a little bit for everybody, as you can see. Now, I know we don't have a whole lot of time together, but we are offering tours on campus currently. So if you do get a chance to get out and about, we'd love to have you come on campus, kind of tour around, see what we have to offer. But while you're on campus, you'll kind of get a sense of what we have to offer, as you can see here. With our 8 campus network system, the Kent campus being the largest of our campuses, you would be housed at the Kent campus if you are looking at our university. We have roughly under 22,000 undergraduate students currently on the Kent campus alone. So a freshman class typically size of about 4,200. One thing I will say about our university and our campus in general is that I love that it's kind of combined together in one particular area. You can walk from one corner of campus to the other in about 12 minutes. But it is nice and conveniently located right across the street from downtown Kent. So it is a very fluid community. So our students and our faculty, staff, everyone kind of live all within that same area. And so it is nice that you might be at the grocery store and you're going to run into a lot of your faculty and other staff members on campus as well. We are a Research 1 institution. So as you can see here, we are in the top tier of our students having research and experiences. So basically what this means is that we are what we consider to have the professors of practice. And basically what that means is that these professors are still working in their fields of study to bring that firsthand information back into the classroom to benefit all of you. Now, with over 350 academic programs and majors, there's a lot for you to choose from. The nice part is, like most universities and colleges, you don't have to declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. Some of our most popular programs that we do have to offer are our aviation and aeronautics, our fashion design merchandising programs, our architecture and interior design, our College of Nursing, also our College of Education and health services. So just to kind of name a few. And also our Honors College is one of the oldest honors colleges, in the nation. So if you are interested in the honors program, it is by invite only. That application priority deadline is November the 1st. We also have an outstanding university college, which is for students who are undecided. So we want to make sure that when you are coming onto campus, that you are provided with the best information as possible, the most top-notch resources. We want to make sure that you do stay on track. As you can see here, we have several of those for you to choose from. Anything for everybody and anyone who comes to campus. So it kind of gives you an idea as far as that is concerned. Everything from, the resume building, the writings, the Student Success Center, the Women's Studies program, our LGBTQ Center, you name it, we have it. So just to kind of give you a little bit of what's next as far as that is concerned, like most schools and universities, we want you to apply and we want you to apply early. Our application will open on August the 1st, which is the common application or the Kent State application in itself. Either one is fine. It's up to you, whichever one you want to submit. As you can see here, we are test optional, but if you have taken your tests and you feel that they are indicative of your academic performance, we encourage you to send those in. But if you don't, and you don't want to send those in, that is not a problem. We will review your application in a holistic approach and by taking everything into consideration when looking at that application. So if you're questioning whether or not you should submit that essay, I recommend doing so because it allows us to see who you are as a person behind those numbers and behind those transcripts in that application. As far as that is concerned, again, we want you to go ahead and apply as early as you can. If you do apply by November the 1st, we will have a decision to you within a 2-week turnaround period. Every student who does apply to the university is automatically considered for merit-based aid. Also, our priority deadline for our scholarships is February the 1st as well. With that said, as far as applying for those, the monies and things of that nature, obviously the priority deadline for the FAFSA is October the 10th. And these are our out-of-state costs, so you can kind of see for comparison what our in-state versus out-of-state costs are. Now, one thing I will say is that this is for room, board, tuition, and fees for the year. We do participate in the Ohio Guaranteed Tuition Grant Program as well. What this means is that when you come to campus, your tuition is guaranteed for you for 4 years. So no matter what, your room and board may change, but your tuition always will stay the same. Also, with that, if you do receive those scholarships coming in as a first-year student, they are renewable for the remainder of the time that you are at the university. With that said, we want you to stay connected with us. Obviously, it's so important these days. Whether you want to stay connected this way, whether you want to reach out to me personally as your admissions counselor, I'm definitely here for you. I do live on the East Coast, so I can definitely be, very accessible for all of you who are watching us today and hopefully wanting to come onto campus. With that said, I just want to leave you with my contact information, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. And go Flashes!
Awesome, thank you, Kristen. Okay, next up, we are going to Bowling Green State University with Drew.
Awesome. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Drew Small, Regional Admissions Counselor for Bowling Green State University. I'm actually regionally based in Chicago, but I recruit about 45 different states here at Bowling Green State University, and one of my main territories is the Potomac region. And so I'm really excited to work with you today. I'm also very excited to go after Kent State because BGSU and Kent State are actually sister institutions in Ohio. And so when I saw that, I was really excited. But if you're not familiar, Bowling Green, Ohio is in the northwest corner of the state of Ohio. We are one of America's top college towns, ranked #1 or very high for affordability and safety. Downtown is a short walk away from the university. There's buy one get free burger nights, 35-cent wings, 50-cent tacos. And so when you think of that college town, that is exactly what Bowling Green State University is. We're located right off I-75, which is a major highway that runs from Michigan all the way down to, from Florida, and we're about 20 minutes south of the Turnpike. So it's nice that even though we are a college town experience for our students, it still provides you the opportunities that if you need to go out and do research or do an internship, it's very easy to do so within 15 minutes or 2 hours from Bowling Green State University. Now, our population itself is 32,000 full-time residents. That doesn't include our students, but again, making sure that our students have that college town atmosphere with the downtown about a 5 to 10 minute walk away from the university, making it very convenient for our students to be able to go on and off campus to make sure that you're really utilizing the things that are at BGSU. Now, our campus itself, we have about 20,000 students. That number has not been updated on this slide. And the reason I mentioned that is BGSU has the highest enrollment that we've had in the past 10 years. And our retention rate is the highest it's ever been in university history. And this is, exactly during a pandemic. And so I really like to highlight that because over the past 10 years, over the past few years, BGSU has really emerged as very student focused, making sure that affordability, that value of education, you're getting what you get or what you're paying for at Bowling Green State University. Being a medium-sized four-year public institution, diversity is huge here at BGSU, and we really celebrate that. About 20% of our incoming class comes from a racially or ethnically diverse background. We have students from all 50 states, 70 plus countries across the globe. And like I mentioned before, we are one of the safest college campuses in the country. Bowling Green State University has over 200 different academic programs at BGSU, ranging from 7 different colleges, as well as our Honors College. Our Honors College does require a separate application. There are additional essays, but there are also 2 full tuition scholarships that students are eligible for just by applying, as well as automatically qualified for a $2,000 scholarship to study abroad at some point during their 4 years at Bowling Green State University. Some of our top programs include we're the top teacher producer in the state of Ohio, everything from pre-K, kindergarten, all up to high school education. Our music education program has actually 100% job placement rate over the past 3 years. Aviation is huge. We're one of 4 universities in the country to actually have an airport on our campus. And so it's within walking distance. You actually can see the planes flying above our campus. And then also we have a BCI crime lab, Bureau of Criminal Investigations crime lab on our campus. We're one of 4 universities in the country to actually have an active crime lab right here on our campus. We're one of the top college of businesses in the state of Ohio, number 1 specifically for accounting, number 14 for supply chain management, and that's actually in the country. We have some new programs that we're really excited about. We just launched a new school of nursing. We were actually one of the oldest school of nursing programs within the state of Ohio, but always having partnerships with other universities. We just recently launched our brand new school of nursing that is housed right on our campus. We have a new physical therapy, DPT, physical therapy program at Bowling Green State University. And we just launched a partnership with the University of Findlay where students can go and do their pharmacy track starting 4 years at Bowling Green State University, gaining direct admission to the pharmacy program at the University of Findlay. So basically you're utilizing the public tuition fees at Bowling Green State University, making that education a little bit more affordable for our students. Now, I do like to mention BGSU, our number 1 major last year for incoming students, was our deciding student program. So this allows students and make sure that students can come to Bowling Green State University without really having to know exactly what they want to do. You can be undecided for the first year and still be on track to graduate. We also have a new initiative at Bowling Green State University called Life Design. Every single student is given a life design coach where you're working with them to not only figure out what you want to be when you grow up, but also how to make the most of your time on our campus at Bowling Green State University. Like it said on the slide before, our average classroom size is 24 students. Our student faculty ratio is 9-to-1, which is very impressive for an institution our size. Now, we have a Falcon internship guarantee program, meaning for that very first semester, resume workshops, cover lettering assistance while you're on campus, mock interviews, networking with alumni in the area. And really the proof is in the pudding through the classroom experience, through the professional development experience. 97% of our students either have a job, are in graduate school, or started their own business within 6 months of graduation. And even though we are a college town in Northwest Ohio, we truly have worldwide alumni. And so you don't have to stay within the state of Ohio once you complete your degree. Service-based learning community services large here at Bowling Green State University with 18 Division I sports, the highest level of Division I athletics. We're actually unique. We have a men's Division I ice hockey. We're always in the top 20, very competitive program here at Bowling Green State University. Club sports, intramural sports, competing against other BGSU students or more on a regional basis. Over 400 student organizations, very active Greek life here at Bowling Green State University with brand new Greek houses. BGSU is rolling admissions, which means that once you submit your application, the supporting documents, we will get that decision to you within about 2 weeks of you completing your application. For the fall of 2022, we are test optional, which means that students can be qualified for admission and merit-based scholarships without having to send that SAT or ACT score. BGSU does offer, we rank very high, about 97% of our students coming from out of state receive some sort of merit-based scholarship. But then also we do have in-person visits. So if you're in the area, if you want to start that college search process, you can come visit campus. We are doing tours in person, but we also have a lot of great virtual opportunities for those students that are starting their college search, those juniors, those rising seniors. Here is my contact information. Feel free to reach out to me. I will also put in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and go Falcons.
Awesome. Thank you, Drew. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we're going to the University of California, Berkeley.
All righty. All right. Thank you all so much. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you. So hopefully you guys can see this. So hello, everybody. My name is Drew Howard. I am an assistant director in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at the University of California, Berkeley. I'm going to take a few minutes to let you know what makes us a special place and why we may be a great fit for you. So quick and first and foremost, Berkeley is a 4-year public institution. We're part of the University of California system, which includes 9 campuses. You see all of our campuses located here throughout the state of California. Berkeley is the flagship campus. So it did start with Berkeley, then expand out to our sister campuses. All of us are great in our different ways. So I always encourage you to do a little research on each of us. However, we all do share the UC application when it's time to apply. So that's a really important commonality. And what makes one of the best parts about coming to Berkeley, hands down, is the location. We are located in Northern California, about 20 to 25 minutes outside of San Francisco. You can see the city skyline from our campus. We're also very near Oakland, Silicon Valley, which is a big draw for a lot of students, and also about an hour and a half to the state capitol. So you have a lot of resources at your fingertips, whether that's for research and or internships. And then Berkeley itself is a really cool kind of up-tempo college town. So it's really a wonderful mix of pace for our students. Now, what makes Berkeley one of the best institutions in the world are the students. We have over 30,000 undergraduate students. We have over 11,000 graduate level students. They represent all 50 states, US territories, and about 90 different countries. So we're very diverse and we're a very global community, but you can definitely have access. So for instance, we have a residential program where some faculty live in dorms. We're able to engage with them in that way. So please don't let the size intimidate you. You can still make the mark on our campus. Now, another key component of Berkeley, to me, which is one of the best things about us, is the academic offerings. We have over 100 different majors throughout our 5 colleges in one school that make up the undergraduate division. College of Arts and Sciences is our largest college that has about 75% of our students. That's everything from your arts and humanity majors, biological sciences, physical sciences and mathematics, social sciences, and interdisciplinary study majors. However, we also have one of the few colleges of chemistry in the nation. We also have our College of Engineering, which is our most competitive program to be admitted to, one of the top ranked in the nation. College of Environmental Design, that's where you have, like, say, architecture, our natural resources. So if you're thinking something in environmental sciences, that's a great option. And then Haas School of Business, second oldest business school in the US, great reputation. And we have a lot of innovative programs, such as our dual degree program with Sciences Po in France, where you spend your first 2 years in France and your last 2 years at UC Berkeley. So take some time and explore those offerings. Student life equally is vibrant on our campus. As you see, we have over 1,200 student groups and organizations. There's a lot to do, everything from academic to cultural-based groups. Also a great way to find community on our campus is through our residence hall activities, such as our housing theme programs. These are for various communities, including we have a program for our Latinx students. We have a program for African-American students. We have a program for our LGBTQIA+ community. So again, another way to find community at Berkeley. And then if you know us as Cal, you definitely know we have a long-standing tradition in athletics. We are Division I. We are part of the Pac-12 conference, 30 different varsity teams, but we also have club sports and we have intramural sports. So we definitely compete at a very high level. And if you're not an athlete, you just want to go to games, you have plenty of opportunities. And then one thing that we love about our students is leadership. That's key to a service engagement. You can be engaged in a lot of ways. It may be through our Associated Students of the University of California government, which is one of the largest and only autonomous groups in the nation. You may do a program through our Public Service Center. So we have our Cal in the Capital program. You're able to come back to DC and do an internship for a semester. So we are very much focused on service, but because of that commitment, we are the #1 producer of students into the Peace Corps and #2 overall into Teach for America. So it's a very big, has a lot of value for us. And then we definitely want to make sure that you thrive on our campus. So we have a lot of ways to support you. It could be through our academic resource centers that are in our libraries and in our dorm that offer technological support for research papers, but all these other centers include a lot of different communities. So for instance, our disabled students program, which was the first in the nation, our educational opportunities program, which works with first generation college students, our undocumented students program, our gender and equity resource center. So again, we want you to come to Berkeley and thrive and know that we are a safe space for you to really have the best college experience best possible. Now, just admissions really quickly, we practice a holistic admissions process. So we're going to look at everything that you all put on your application in totality to make an informed decision. And then that's going to be within context of where you go to school and are you maximizing the resources at your particular high school and your surrounding community. Now, one big change to our process over the last year has dealt with testing. We are test free, as we call it, meaning we do not consider your ACT and SAT at all in our admissions process. So that's a very big change. So again, SAT, ACT are not a factor in our admissions process. Now, quick timeline, our application goes live on August 1st. It is the UC application. strictly online, shared by all 9 UC campuses, the only place you can find us. You cannot file that application until starting November 1st, and then the deadline is November 30th. So the month of November is your window to submit the application. No early action or early decision or rolling admissions, just the one regular deadline, November 30th, and we will notify you all at the end of March of a decision. All right, so that is my time. So please, you see my information here again. Please feel free to reach out to me if you guys have any questions. But definitely check out our website to learn more about our community and our admissions process. And I'll also leave you some links in the chat so you guys can look on your own as well. And thank you so much for your time. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, well, that wraps up our formal presentations, but we have a few extra minutes here to do some Q&A. So if our presenters want to turn your video back on, join me on screen. Students, if you have any last questions, now would be a great time to drop those in the Q&A section. In the meantime, I'm going to start with one, and that is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we will go in the same order that we started in.
I would just always, biggest advice is to just make sure that when you're like going through your application, really just showcase who you are. When you're picking your essay, just write something that you're passionate about, not what you think someone wants to read. And reaching out to the schools that you're interested in, start getting engaged now, joining any virtual content that they have. If you get a chance to tour their campuses, do that. Just be as engaged as possible.
My advice would be just to expand on, I think a few of us mentioned it in our presentations about applying, well, getting started as early as you can. I do think that's important. There are a lot of colleges out there and they offer so many amazing things, and we're all different in our process. So making those lists, getting doing your research, trying to apply as early as you can, that's going to be really helpful, especially not just in the admissions process, but when it comes to financial aid and scholarships as well.
Yeah, I think one of my biggest pieces of advice would just say, reach out to your admissions counselor, try to talk to professors if you can, professors in the program you're interested in applying to. Students, I think that we can all say that our school is amazing, but you definitely want to talk to current students who are enrolled at the school you're looking into and kind of see their honest opinions and what it would be like if you were a student there. So I think trying to get those face-to-face conversations and talking to people who are involved in that school, even if it's over Zoom, it's super easy to set up a Zoom meeting. So just reaching out and getting guidance and hearing facts about the school and really having someone answer all the questions you have.
I mean, I guess I could just echo everything else that everyone else is saying. I think one of the big things is just remember to believe in yourself. Like, you don't have to apply to the world. You got this, you've gotten this far, so far, and wherever you land, it's where you're supposed to be. And if you figure out that it's not when you're there, you can move. It's okay. And so just know that we are all here for you. No matter if it's like you connected with someone, but maybe you don't even want to go to their school, still talk to them. We are definitely in your court, and we want to know that you to know that we've got your back no matter what.
It's really hard to go at the tail end of all these great suggestions. I always tell students, don't feel afraid to reach out for help, whether it's your school counselor, your college counselor, maybe a mentor, a teacher in your high school, but specifically your admissions counselor. All of us recruit in the Potomac area, and our job is to make this process as easy as possible, whether it's helping you through the application process, helping you navigate the financial aid process, find scholarships, all those things. That's exactly what we're here for. And we all work in this profession because we like working with students and want to help you find that right match. And so, this summer, find a couple of schools, reach out to your personal admissions counselor and ask a few questions and start building that relationship now.
I think what's left, because I agree with what everybody already said. I would say my point that I would tell you all is to have some very honest conversations with your parents. I think that's a hard dynamic to navigate because they have their own expectations and sometimes they don't align with yours. So that can be a very difficult conversation for you all to have with your parents. So try to take some time. If you maybe set a date, one day out of the week to talk to them for, let's say, an hour, and that's your time to talk about college admissions and maybe where are you looking to attend, and maybe they can talk to you about finances. What can you all actually afford? And that gives you all some space to be honest, to be transparent, and really talk about this process without overdoing it, and so that you don't feel overwhelmed. But I do firmly believe to stress to your parents, this is your education, this is your process. So don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm doing this, I've got this. Hey, maybe give me a little space. I'm going to figure this out, but I still want to come to you and talk to you because I do value your guidance, and let them know that as well. So that's my point, because I always think that can be a difficult one.
Great. Well, great advice. Thank you all so much for sharing. I know we had a couple of questions come in that reps are working to respond to if they haven't already, but that is all the time we have. So students, thank you so much for joining us. If you did ask a question that you haven't gotten an answer to, hang on for just a minute and that will come through here shortly. But when you do close the Zoom window, there will be a very quick 4-question survey pop up. If you don't mind completing that, we'd really appreciate any feedback that you have. Don't forget there are more sessions being offered right after this, so be sure to check those out for any additional sessions you might be interested in. And then you will be able to find all of the session recordings on that StriveScan website within about a week or so as well. So thank you all so much for being here. Have a great afternoon, and we will see you in the next session.